welcome to St Benedict's College Sport. We're doing another interview today with one of our members of staff. Today I've got the head of hockey who's with me, Mr. Mark Sanders, and we find ourselves standing on the Benny's turf. I'm so sorry that we're not actually playing hockey at this time, Mr. Sanders, and I'm sure it's been a very frustrating time for you too. What can you tell us about what you're going through at present in this time of COVID-19 with no hockey on the go?
Yeah, thanks Dave. It's a frustrating time. You know, we in the middle of our hockey season, whether it's school, club, provincial, national, and everything's come to a standstill. Trying to keep the guys conditioned, fit and strong, motivated, mentally strong, but the skill sets disappear because we don't have access to lots of training time with them. But we send videos to groups of guys to do some skills, just keeping those things a little bit sharp, but it's frustrating more than anything else. I mean, we understand that it's a world pandemic and it's here to stay for a little bit, so we deal with it on a day-to-day basis.
Frustrating for you and I as coaches, and as the head of hockey I'm sure so for you, but the boys in particular. Have you had some interaction with some boys who have been commenting about just champing at the bit in terms of trying to get back onto the turf?
Yeah, we get daily messages from boys, when can we play, when we start training again. The only problem I find with this time is that it's stunted a year of development and growth for boys, so we almost have a situation where we're regressing a little bit, and we want to be progressing, especially in the plan that we've got in place. You know, we're trying to build and progress every single player at different stages of their development, but it's all just come to a standstill. So
talking about your plan though, you've been with St Benedict's a while now. You can talk to us a little bit about that and where it came from in terms of where it is today, not necessarily today in the COVID-19 with no hockey, but how is your program going? What has been the success and what are you working towards?
This is my fourth year at St Benedict's. My fourth year, funny enough, has had zero hockey. So we halt our plan, and the plan when I arrived here was just to put consistency in place. Start with the basics and making sure that the basics are taken seriously for every boy. You know, putting a 5-year plan down. We want to see the boys competing at the highest level against all the top schools within Joburg, and we've had success. We've had my first year here, I took the under 18 boys, the Aiken side, to the final of Aiken. Last year we had the under 15 boys going to the final of Bowden. So we're having pockets of success, but the plan has always been to build from the bottom up. And when I say the bottom up, I'm talking about the D sides, the C sides, to make that base quite big. So we push the competitive sides to be a lot stronger and a lot more competitive with the other big schools. And it's gone well. It really has. I see growth. I see the buy-in from the parents, the boys, the staff, and it's a process. But there's huge potential, which is the exciting part.
Right, so you've spoken about some of those big boy schools that we compete against. Prospective St Benedict's boy coming to the school, to knowing he's going to come and play hockey, what can he look forward to within your program?
He can look forward to fun. I think that's the starting point for every boy as to why they play sport. We'll make it fun. We're going to equip them with the basics. We're going to equip them with the mental structures. We're going to equip them with tactical things. And I think by equipping them with all these things, the consistency level goes a little bit higher, the platform starts increasing, and the boys just get stronger, and we start developing a culture within that hockey club that it's fun. I want to be here. I want to play at the highest level. I want to play against those other big boys schools because we can compete and we can win. And St Benedict's has always been able to win, but in pockets. Always been competitive, always been physical, and we put in that physical boy with tactical awareness, with proper basics, and I'm finding the growth like nothing else. It's been fantastic.
Is there a place for every level of hockey player in a St Benedict's boy or in the St Benedict's program? Would that boy be able to play hockey with still be coached at a D team through to that boy who would like to be able to play at the very highest level?
I'm well aware of there's a place for every single boy to play hockey. Not every boy wants to play in an A side, and not every boy feels that he should be in a D side. So I look at it as a more social section to a more competitive section. And we have equipped each side with a coach of the highest quality. Since I've been here, we've grown that coaching structure, the stable of coaches that we have, and it's improved, and we've given every single boy the opportunity to play under a decent coach. And by doing that, he can't complain. He's going to love it. The coaches are passionate. The coaches are well equipped, they experienced coaches, and I think that's where, you know, the likes of our headmaster, Mr. Jeffrey, coaching the under 14C side. There's nothing better than having a man of that experience as a coach, coaching a C-team hockey player, and showing that the headmaster can have fun, and he's going to have a lot of fun with them coaching.
Yet there's still a space for that boy to ultimately go all the way in the South African hockey structures.
100%.
Coming out of St. Benedict.
100%. We're currently sitting with two past pupils of St. Benedict's, Stephen Paulo and Chad Futcher. Both have played indoor for South Africa at the end of last year. Chad is also, at the beginning of this year or end of last year, he played against Germany for the outdoor men's team, which is fantastic for a small school like St. Benedict's. You know, we're seeing that growth. We're seeing the boys go to university playing at the highest level. I mean, we have large numbers of boys who play provincial hockey here. We are situated in the east of Johannesburg, and we are a powerhouse in the east of Johannesburg, but you still have to be selected for those teams, and the boys are showing themselves that they can play at those levels, and they can compete, and they can grow into national hockey players.
So you've mentioned Chad Futcher. I know he's in your program, he coaches. He was part of that structure that went to the Bowden final last year. What are the plans in terms of the coaching structures? Is he back? Will he be back? How many years could you continue to hang on to the likes of a Chad Futcher as an example?
Yeah, Chad is he's a wonderful asset to have, part of the school. Being a St. Benedict's old boy, he understands it, but playing at the highest level, he's introducing new coaching techniques that not every other coach has. We're all going to learn from Chad. Chad obviously has plans to go play hockey overseas, and we're going to keep him as long as we can, but we're not going to hold Chad back for his own growth and his own potential. I see Chad being one of the best South African hockey players to ever come out of this country, so it's very exciting to have Chad on board.
Can you talk us through your facilities in terms of what St. Benedict's has going for it?
Wow, where do I begin with St. Benedict's and their facilities? I think I've been involved with a number of schools, and I don't think there are many schools that rival St. Benedict's for facilities. We've got a world-class gym facility, then we've got a world-class Astro. Last year we had, 2018, we had the national men's team come and train here in a hockey camp. The lights are phenomenal. It's the new white lights. The night games here are epic. You've got stands full of people watching it. It's just superb. I mean, having a water-based facility is phenomenal. Plans to put in another turf, hopefully side by side with a big clubhouse. But hockey's growing. We've got a large club, and we have to be able to offer facilities. We have to be able to offer the highest coaching, and it's there. It's beautiful to be a part of.
In closing, if you could just talk us through the size of the club, the size of hockey as a schoolboy sport at St. Benedict's, and its role in the country that hockey plays as a school sport in the winter.
The hockey club at St. Benedict's is the biggest club in the school. We have 300 hockey players in the college alone, and to manage 300 hockey players on one facility during our integrated sessions takes some management and some coordination to get every boy training on turf and playing matches on turf. We don't play a single game of hockey on grass in the season. So to get that done is a lot of work, but it's rewarding. You know, we're lucky to have these facilities, and we sometimes take it for granted when we go to other turfs and play on those, and we don't feel that they're quality like we have, but we're spoiled. And I think hockey is very lucky, and we look at the bigger picture in the country. You go to an IPT or a PSI indoor tournament, there can be upwards of 4,000 kids at a tournament. It's a massively fast-growing sport. It's a sport that you can play until you're 60 years old. So the social aspects and the camaraderie that we have within hockey, you have friendships for life, and I think that's what the boys enjoy.
The conditioning that is necessary for a boy who wants to play hockey, having come out of one of our local primary schools where he's focused on football, what should the prospective St. Benedict's boy thinking, I want to go be part of Mr. Saunders' hockey program at St. Benedict's, what could he be doing in this time in particular?
Oh, he could be doing a lot of things, a number of things. That by himself he can do body weight, strengthening exercises. He can be working on his skill sets, even if it's just yardsticks. High speed sprinting. If he's going to go for a slightly longer run, 2.4 kilometers. Hockey's played it's an endurance sprint sport, and they're playing at 90% max heart rate for the period that they're on the field. So to have someone who's able to run for long periods of time at his high speed is important, and to have that upper body strength, that lower body strength is hugely important. You can't just get pushed off the hockey ball, and I think I might be biased, but I think the hockey player is probably the most all-round fit land sport.
All right, well, knowing that there's no hockey at present, we can only wish you well with what may still come between now and the end of the year. But in building your program at St. Benedict's, we wish you well, and we thank you for the work that you have done over the last 4 years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to Mr. Saunders.